What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute. I haven't uploaded. Obviously, we were preparing for the birth of Ivy, and she's finally here. She was born on April 13th, a couple weeks ago. But we're gonna make a whole separate video with Ivy and Kim and show you guys obviously our day-to-day life. But in this specific video here today, I want to go ahead and actually break down my week. Last week here trading. I actually had a really good week. I ended up going 1-0. I had one winning trade, 2 break-even trades. One of those trades actually ended up hitting full TP, which was, I believe, US30. It was US30 on Wednesday. Ended up hitting full TP, but I ended up closing on a break even. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and break down all the trades here and talk about it. But before we dive right into the video, guys, if you are looking for a regulated broker and a regulated prop firm right now in the Forex space, you guys can click the link in the description below. Check out Sway Funded, guys. Sway Funded, they're a great prop firm. I definitely recommend them if you're looking to trade on a Forex platform. Sway Charts is amazing. I've used it for a long time now, and I definitely recommend it to you guys. So if you're looking to obviously get funded and you're not on that live capital yet, and you want to obviously make some money, check out Sway Funded. The prices are very reasonable, and they have some great options available for you guys. So make sure to check them out. But without further questioning, let's dive into this video because we got a lot to talk about on the charts. So let's dive into it. All right, guys. So now this week was a really, really good week. And the reason for it was because I followed my plan. And I was very aggressive on my risk. The thing about me is that I'm not looking to lose. Some people, they're afraid to actually, just close out of a trade when the trade actually gives them a signal to get out. And that's what makes a lot of people fail in trading for a very, very, very long time. So here's what I found works best for me, right? And I'm going to show you guys. So this was on, it's actually gold on Monday. Yeah, the 22nd of April. That day, there was actually a move that had already happened on US30. I actually missed it because I woke up a little bit late. I was so tired with Ivy and everything. But I ended up seeing this liquidity grab setup happening on gold. So let me actually break it down for you guys. So I just saw an area where we had a lot of wicks, and I believe if I zoom out a little bit, I'm trying to see the other zones. In the moment, I was actually judging everything off of here. I was just saying all right, gold had already dropped quite a bit. We were pretty low for that session. This was the London session. We had already been dumping. How much further can gold go, right? We have to come back up and tap some zone. Especially, I was looking at this supply here on gold as a potential target if I were to be taking liquidity grab setup. So let's go ahead and play out and see what happened. Price obviously came down. It took out liquidity, closed within the zone. It respected everything. Obviously, price then closed bullish. As you guys know, my one rule is I always wait for that bullish candle closure. It has to happen. So I don't get in aggressive by just the candle breaking the highs. I need to see a candle close bullish when I'm looking for buys, liquidity grab buys, right? So now as I got that closure, I then literally just waited for the break of candle, got in, my stop loss was right below here, and this was the trade. Boom. We started now floating up in profit. Obviously, guys, I had my targets. My first targets were at a 1-to-1. I was just looking to obviously close out as much as I could out of this setup at a 1-to-1, and then close the rest up here, right? So let's go ahead and play out what happened. So price started pushing. As price got up here, guys, I instantly moved my stops to break even because I told myself, hey, if price were to come back to break even and start flipping literally bearish, I don't want to be in this trade anymore. And I'm actually gonna go to the 1 minute to show you guys what happened. So here it was. So on the 1 minute, it was basically like, you know, a 1 minute demand that was right in here, and we were coming in, price was just not gonna come and respect it. So price gave that 1 minute break of candle, and as soon as price, you know, came back to break even there, you know, obviously they took me out. So I ended up not being in the trade all the way through, after thinking that price was gonna pull up, because obviously you guys can see price did start shooting up and then it came back down. At that point, me personally, I just don't feel comfortable being in this setup. You have to ask yourself, all right, when is it best to just call it a day? Yeah, of course I could have possibly gotten in for a re-entry, but I was really not trying to force things on the setup. Price came up, give us that re-entry here. I could have potentially gotten in, maybe something to review for later on, but nah. I was totally happy with my decision at the time, not trying to force anything in the markets that day. But as you guys can see, this was my whole idea behind this liquidity grab setup, and my whole entire target, which was obviously up here, I believe did get tapped eventually, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, you know. So that was the whole entire setup. Obviously, price went for a 1-to-1. You know, you could have tried aiming for more. Up to you, right? It's up to your trading plan and what it tells you to do. My trading plan, usually I just go for a 1-to-1, max of 1-to-2, and those are with runners. So yeah, that's pretty much that, guys. That was that trade that I did take on gold this week, which I ended up hitting break even on. Now, let's go to the next setup. The next setup was on Nas100, and this actually was a win. So let me break this down for you guys. This is the next setup that I did take this week, and that was actually my one winning setup, which was on Nas100. So let me go ahead and actually break it down for you guys and what I was looking for in this trade. Now, first things first, I could already see that we had a break of structure up here. Obviously that was clear. You know, price came up already, gave us a nice clean break of structure. I was okay and happy with that, right? Now, as I was looking at the charts, I saw that we had two zones. You know, as I woke up in the morning at 7:30, we had this zone here, obviously, and we had another zone down here, right? Those are my two areas of interest. Now I was just waiting for price to come down and tap into any one of those demands, and then, you know, obviously give me a break of candle for, you know, me to follow up and take my trade. So price came up, came into the first zone. The first zone didn't respect anything, so price broke right through. So then my eyes were on the second zone. Price came up, tapped, nice rejection automatically, and then we got the nice break of candle. I immediately entered here. Oops. I actually entered on the break of candle. Yep, right there. My stop loss was right below here, and then my TP, guys, is literally just a 1-to-1 on the setup. So price came up. It started shooting up. At this point, guys, as I say, when price starts to reach my TP and I'm getting really close, I'm not gonna give up all this profit just to go back, you know, in the negatives and lose a trade. I move my stops to break even. Then I let my target go at 1-to-1, and that was my trade. And that was a super clean setup this week. Price followed through, and literally, if you guys see what ended up happening the rest of the session, price literally shot up the rest of the session. So if you know, this would have been a great day for runners, a great day for runners. But yeah, I caught my piece of the pie. I was happy with what I got, and it was a very clean setup on Nas100 this week. Let me actually follow, and I actually did post the results on my Instagram story, so I do post the profits on there. So if you guys want to check it out, I always post my results on my Instagram story, literally every week. So make sure to check that out if you guys want to know more about my day-to-day trading. Link is in the description below for my Instagram. So yeah, that was that trade, and finally we had one last trade, which was on US30. But before we dive into that last trade here, guys, I just want to emphasize again. You know, I know a lot of people currently are, you know, iffy about the industry and are iffy about what's currently going on. And if you're really looking to obviously, you know, you're short on capital and, you know, this is your only way out, you need a prop firm, and, you know, you really want to actually make it and go somewhere that's reputable and safe right now and you can actually trust, Sway Charts I'm sorry, not Sway Charts, but Sway Funded and Sway Markets. Sway Charts is the platform that we use. It's amazing, guys. I strongly recommend it. Pass a challenge and get a payout. Payouts are literally instantly. So there's no other prop from doing this. As soon as you get a payout, you can withdraw it the same day. As soon as you make profit, you can literally withdraw the same day. No other prop firm is doing this, guys. So make sure to check them out. So if you're looking for something really proper right now in the industry and you're looking to obviously pass a funded challenge and you really want to actually get a payout and make sure that you're not going to get scammed, check out swayfunded.com. The link will be in the description below. They're a great prop firm. Make sure to check it out, guys. That's all I can say. They have great prices, and for people that are really looking to grow in the Forex space, still, they're the most reputable company right now. I would not recommend anything else but Sway. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's jump into the last setup that we took this week, which was on US30, and that was also a break-even trade. But let me go ahead and actually pull it up for you guys. All right, guys. So this is the last setup that I did take this week, which was on US30. Now, this setup was actually a liquidity grab setup as well, and it actually looked pretty good. So we had a lot of wick rejections right here that happened early on in the session. I was taking a look at potential sells from this zone here at a certain point in the session, but I do believe we were hitting off of like a higher time frame zone, if I remember correctly. Not too sure. I don't think so. Oh yeah, no, we weren't. It was just, I think it was just 9:30. Yeah, it was actually just 9:30. So it was that 9:30 candle. Obviously, I wouldn't take a trade at 9:30. That candle literally came in, opened, wicked up, and just spiked down. So there was no way for me to actually get into this setup and actually make some bread. So I did not, I don't do any risky, crazy setups that I have a chance of losing on. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So basically, obviously we saw that we took out liquidity. I usually tell you guys after we take out liquidity, I look for a bullish candle closure if I'm looking for buys. So we had that bullish candle closure. We just never got a break of candle. I waited for the next break of candle, which happened right after that. Boom, there you go. It was right here. I got in for my buys on this break right here. Guys, my stop loss was set right here. I know, like, if I would have set it right here, I would have been very close to hitting a 1-to-1 like around here. But actually, my stop loss was set down here just because this is the lowest swing. This is the lowest swing. So, and my TP was set just a little bit above here. Now, one thing that you gotta understand is that the 200 EMA, guys, is very prone to get rejections off of it. Price has a tendency to bounce off that 200 EMA and go the complete opposite way, right? That I'm looking to trade right now. So the first thing that I did once price actually hit that 200 EMA was I actually did end up moving my stops to break even. Now I know a lot of people are gonna say, why are you so aggressive, or why are you so aggressive on your stops, on moving your stops to break even? Guys, you don't want to lose, right? You want to have a winning week. So when you're in profit, why give away all that profit just to try to see if your trade is gonna actually breathe, or there's no. It's actually your total opinion on how you want to go ahead and manage your trade and how you want to manage your risk throughout that trade. But when I know and I see something happening in the market, I'm gonna take action rather than just sitting back and letting it do its thing, because I can potentially save myself from losing a bit of money that I didn't have to lose. Right? And if the trade ends up winning and I don't make the money that I was supposed to make, that's totally fine. There's going to be another opportunity. And most of all, if price does come down to, most of the time it does give you a re-entry. I personally don't like re-entries, but you can take re-entries. You know what I mean? So that was my idea. Price ended up coming back literally the very next candle, rejected off that 200 EMA, even though it closed above it, and took me out at break even. As you guys can see, price later on in that session did end up hitting TP. Simple. There's literally nothing that you can do about these kind of situations. Sometimes you end up closing out the trade because you understand why you're closing it and it still ends up winning. That's totally fine. I was happy with my choice, and I was happy that I still ended up finishing the week in profit. And I had 2 break-even trades. I had no losing trades. That 1 winning trade was still enough to bring me in profit. You don't have to have a million winning trades to make profit, guys. You don't. Like, as long as you're able to catch one good winning trade. And if I actually had held runners on that Nas100 trade on Tuesday, I would have made way more money, and it would have been way more beneficial, right? But I understand there's just a little bit of tweaks that I got to do, a little bit of things I got to change. Maybe, hold runners longer, back test more, whatever it needs to do to be able to understand what I'm going to do in the future. But as of right now, I'm cooling at 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s, and my system is working for me, so I'm not going to fix, obviously what's not broken, right? But that was basically my week, guys, and I did want to make this video to, show you guys a little bit of an update. I know I haven't been on here for a while, and I haven't talked to you guys in a little bit, obviously, because Ivy, as I said, but it's great to be back. You guys are going to be seeing potentially a day in the life video very shortly, I believe this Monday. So make sure to tune in for that and check it out. But I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in and watching this video. If you did and you liked it, please make sure you leave a like on this video. Comment down below, let me know what you guys want to continue seeing on the channel. I love posting for you guys. I want to continue being very active and posting on social media for you guys, of course, to keep you guys motivated and understand what it takes to go through this journey. But other than that, guys, like I said, if you're looking to get funded, click the link in the description below. Sway Funded has the answers. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Be a day in the life. Catch you then. Peace.